Alright, Shalom. I like to say call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Ra-Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe underneath the standard and the banner of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright, just going to start it off. It's going to be on the topic of slavery, man. It's pertaining to Edom and these other nations, man. All right, because the nation of Israel has been in slavery, okay, under these other nations for quite a time now, okay, and the only righteous judgment for it is to do unto you what you have done unto us, as the good book says. Okay. In the words of Nat Turner. Okay, so I'm just going to read a couple of scriptures, and then hopefully brothers are edified. All right, and the first one I'm going to read is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it." Okay, so the thing that the Spirit wants you to know, okay, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, all right, is you other nations are not going to escape servitude, all right? And the kingdom of heaven is Jacob's heaven, okay, which is the 12 tribes of Israel. All you other nations will be enslaved, and there will be continual employment, as the scriptures say, okay? The so-called white man being all right, the most vile person will get the worst slavery ever, okay? He falls underneath the biblical tribe of Edom, all right? So he did a lot to the nation of Israel in his heyday, so to speak, all right? Now, as you can see on the screen, all right, this is some of the filth, okay, that the so-called white man put on the children of the Most High, all right? Let me say that because we're not Hamites, all right? Because of this right here, it says Negroes, all right? And we were sold to be sold, all right, as cattle or chattel, all right? And I might add that, the business was derived, okay, by the so-called Jews, okay? And here you have a deceased Edomite, Amalekite, okay? His name was Jacob Sandusky, Dowski, okay? And he had Negroes, all right? But his brother was selling everything that he owned, all right? Just to point that out, so-called Jews are behind you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans being sold as chattel in the Americas, okay, and abroad also, because you Latinos, all right, which were Ephraim on down, the northern kingdom. All right. When Columbus came over here, who was a so-called Jew, he did reverse slave trade. Okay. The Negroes came across to these shores, and what happened to the northern kingdom is they went back across the shores back to Spain. Okay, that's why you Latin tribes, which is the northern kingdom, that's why you don't speak your language anymore. All right, just like when the southern kingdom got bought over here, we got our language, the Hebrew, beat out of us, and we resorted to English. When you guys got taken from the Americas, okay, you got the Hebrew beat out of you, and you learned Spanish, okay, or Latin, so to speak. All right, which is in turn turned into Spanish now. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. But be that as it may, all right, go into the lesson, all right. We get Amos 9:11, and it says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as in the days of old." All right. So we're gonna get built back up to the time of how David's kingdom was, all right, because the breaking down of the nation of Israel, okay, is as a broken kingdom, okay, and to be raised back up in the stature of the greatest kingdoms, which was during the time of David and Solomon. All right. Okay. We'll be getting built back up to those days, man. All right. In David's kingdom, he had all nations under subjection to him in slavery, and that's the place where the Most High is building us back up to. Okay. So when we getting built back up in the days of old, it's to have this mentality of kingship, all right, ruler, being a ruler, okay. Amos 9:12, it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathens which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the trader of grapes him that soweth the seeds. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. Okay? And that's what you're seeing so far. Okay? Every which way Edom turns now, he's been exposed by the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, by his prophets, by the words in this Bible. Okay. And so the plowmen, which are the slaves, okay, you can never forget that. That's what we were here in Babylon the Great. Okay, just like we were slaves in Egypt. Okay. We did not rule Egypt. We were slaves. We were the ones that built pyramids. We were the ones that built the cities in Egypt. Okay. The monuments in Egypt. Okay. We are the Israelites. All right. And all 12 tribes were in Egypt. Okay. Just like all 12 tribes are here in Babylon the Great as well, man. Okay. So him being overtaken, the reaper being overtaken, right, is the so-called white man. All right. And the casting down of his stronghold has begun and is crumbling, as you can see in the news, the current events, as you can see when you're in your daily goings. Okay. The so-called white man is out of whack. All right. And he's been that way for a long time, but now the Lord is opening up more and more eyes to his wickedness, man. Okay. So the mountain that's dropping sweet wine is Yahweh's mountain. Okay. And all the hills that's melting are all these these little governments all around the world. You see with Brit exit, France, Venezuela, okay, all these governments that's not underneath the rule of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're melting, man. Okay. And under his men, all right, they're all going to nothing. All right. Amos 9:14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. Okay. And I will plant them up upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled out of their land, which I have given them, said the Lord thy power. All right. So we're going to have these slaves build up the cities thereof. Okay. Underneath our rulership, we won't be building nothing. The slaves will be building. All right. Just like we planted the vineyards. All right. And the reaper drunk of the good wines and everything like that. If you can see it, you know. That's what the Lord is about to do for the nation of Israel, man. Okay. And all this is going to happen, okay, because we're going to be directors in the day that's coming. And Edom is going to be the slaves, and you other nations are going to be the slaves. All right. And you're going to build up our kingdom, and you're going to plant our fields, and you're going to do according to what the ruler says to do, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay. This is Psalms 2 and 8. It says, well, I'll start at 7. Psalms 2 and 7. I will declare the decree the Lord has said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Okay. And that's talking about Edom and you other nations, man. Okay. Moab, Ammon, Ham, Ishmael, Elamites, Elam, okay, and the ones I'm leaving out, that's escaping my mind right now, but y'all going to be under subjection to the nation of Israel, okay. Psalms 2 and 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. So if you get out of line, man, this is what's going to happen. Okay? Because we're going to have iron scepters in our hand. The rulers, okay, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. It says, be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Okay? And that's what you see the man of the Lord out there doing, man. They're serving the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling, okay? Because we don't know. We don't know if we're going to be chosen, all right, for this great position of being a king. Every Israelite is going to be a king, but the upper echelons, okay, 144,000. So we rejoice lightly with trembling, okay. Because every one of us are going to inherit a heathen, okay, for our possession. That's the way it goes in the nation of Israel, okay. That's the promise that the Lord decreed onto us, all right. So to be wise is to follow the words and the instructions of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, and learn his ways. That way we'll be excellent judges over the heathens. And we won't be like the so-called white man is right now. All right, a terrible ruler. Okay. This is because of the laws. All right, if you don't believe it, but this law, it tells you, all right, that you other nations and you heathens, okay, that are the other nations, Salaki, you heathens that are the other nations, all right, and you so-called white men that are the biblical Edomites. This tells you that you're going to be in slavery to us, okay. It says, moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession, okay. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. So the nation of Israel ain't going to be doing any labor, man. Okay. If Israelite is told to do something, we're going to get that slave to do it. All right. Just by a quick example, okay. Let's say that a brother in the kingdom says, you know, it'd be good to have a fence put up, and he looks at you and like, yeah, you should put up a fence, man. You know what I'm saying? Or not a fence or a wall or something like that. He's not gonna expect you to do it. You're gonna call your servants and be like, yeah, put up a fence right here. You know, about so big, about this long. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be your job forever and ever, is to be a servant, man. The thought is gonna come from your rulers, your true rulers of righteousness, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? And you other nations are just gonna be enslaved, okay, forever, okay? The so-called white man, slavery to death, man, okay? And I'm talking about non-existence of, how do you say it, to be obliterated, okay? After 1,000 years, man, you're not going to be around anymore. Your spirit's going to be in other nations, but you know what I'm saying, the so-called white man will not exist after 1,000 years of slavery, okay? Thus said the scriptures, okay? Let's get one more and then I'm going to close it out. This is Revelation 13 and 10. Okay, this is how the Most High got you in the a trick bag, man. For you putting us into slavery. All right. It's in Revelations 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. So just because you took us and you sold us, all right, just like Leviticus law, all right. This is the law at the end, man. That you shall go into captivity. That you shall go into slavery. Okay. So with that, I want to say Ka'Allah, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Underneath the standard and the banner of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Shalom.